Welcome one, welcome all to season 51 of the PBE, specifically the Majors Draft stream, our first stream of season 51 officially. Hope you all are having an excellent Friday today. It's a little bit weird for me to be doing one of these on a Friday. I'm your host for today's draft stream, AJay887, and I am joined by Nasbase, co-GM of the Seattle Sea Serpents. Nasbase, how are you doing today?
Hey Jay, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Ready for a fun night of drafting? Even though I know it feels weird for you doing this on a Thursday, or on a Friday. It feels weird for me not doing Prospect League on a Friday.
Yeah, we kind of switch things up. Got to keep things fresh every so often. So that's definitely what it was, and just not that I couldn't do this draft on Halloween and no one else wanted to pick it up. Anyway, we're going to be taking you through the Season 51 Majors draft, so if you haven't seen one of these presentations, if you're new to the league, we're just going to be going through each of these slides that the draft graphics team has very lovingly crafted for us. Thank you very much to the draft graphics team. Much love to you, much appreciation. Thank you very much. You guys make a phenomenal presentation every year, and it's my honor to present it to the masses. And we're just going to say some nice things. I got a lot of quotes from a lot of the GMs. I offered to plenty of other GMs to join us on the call tonight. But Nasbase, you're the only one to to actually join me.
I think everybody's hungover from Halloween.
Yeah, is that it?
Give them.
They've got the sugar crash from all the candy.
And yes, everybody should go ping Fetty.
If you aren't in management chat, I've been pinging GMs for a large chunk of this week and trying to get them to send me quotes for their draftees that I can read live on the air on behalf of them. And it became a running joke to just ping Fetty for no reason. Well, it was for some reason for a while, but anyway. We're going to continue on. Season 51 Majors PBE Draft. Now, this is how the first round looks at the start of the draft. Things might change, and spoiler alert, they will change. So these might not be... these picks might not always be exactly what team is showing up right now. But you'll see what I mean when we get to those. So, Nasbase, your team, the Seattle Sea Serpents... has the first overall pick, as well as a couple other picks in the first round, it looks like. Do you want to go ahead and lead us on into the first pick overall of the Season 51 Majors draft?
Yes, so we had a really good draft last time around where we drafted a lot of new creates, but this time around there was just too big of an opportunity to say no to. And it's not every day that one of the founding members of the team just so happens to be in the draft pool. So with that being said, the number one overall pick in the draft is going to be Ivy DeVries, user C Does It. I'm super excited. I mean, like I said, he's one of the founders of the Sea Serpents, and it would be a crime for us not to get him back into Seattle, and I cannot wait to do great things together. So congrats, C. Cannot wait to get you back in the locker room. And yeah, I'm excited. Congratulations.
Returning to where it all began with the Sea Serpents. So congratulations, C Does IT, Ivy DeVries, for being selected here at number one overall to the Seattle Sea Serpents. That brings us to the second pick overall. At number 2 in the Season 51 Majors draft, we have the Pathfinders, and with this pick, they will select PKVS, or PK Versus. I still don't know how the proper pronunciation is of that. Tesla, maybe you can help me out on that if you're into chat. But PK Versus, aka Tesla, starting pitcher from the Swifties. We have a quote from one of the GMs, HBJ, who says, quote, Tesla, when I played with them in Vancouver previously, was instrumental as to what a great teammate was. Her spirit keeps a locker room lively, and she'll be the centerpiece of our rotation for the future. So big congratulations to Tesla for being drafted to the Toronto Pathfinders here at number 2 overall. Previously with their players of Cross Erickson and Molly Mitchell, now on their 3rd player with the PBE. So congratulations, Tesla, for being selected to the Pathfinders at number 2 overall. And we move on to number 3, the New Orleans Rougarou, with their first pick of the Season 51 draft. And the Rougarou will take Aaron Rysand III, right fielder from the Kingpins, user T. We have a quote from one of the NOLA GM's Phillies fan who says, quote, "We knew going into this draft that we needed a batter. T checked off all the boxes we were looking for and many of the boxes we were hoping for. They've got a healthy bank account. They're active and excited about the league. They're super flexible with their goals for this player. And having a handful of minors or ex-minors GMs on the team, being a new user, was positive as well. I think they're going to fit in very well here on New Orleans, and we are very excited to have them." Aaron Rysand III, a brand new player to the PBE, just joined on September 5th. So a big congratulations to Aaron Rysand III for being selected here at pick number 3 overall from for the New Orleans Rougarou. That brings us to the 4th overall pick. Before we go into that, just want to give a shout out to Johnny Quest, who pinged me in the Discord. Johnny, if you're listening, you need to go look at my contracts clause, because I think you violated it at least twice now. Anyway, as we're continuing on, Slacking King 1, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime for 7 months, much appreciated. And that brings us to the number 4 overall pick. Nasbase, you want to bring us on into the Sea Serpent's next pick on the board here?
Yeah, so number 4 was actually quite a debate for us at first. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, before New Orleans made their pick at 3, we were really kind of thinking, what strategy, where do we want to go? And then New Orleans picked Rysand at 3rd spot, who was somebody that we were really thinking about taking. But then in the grand scheme of things, it also meant that somebody who we were considering taking at 1 all of a sudden fell into our lap at 4. So collectively, we all took one last breath and we made the pick. And so at number 4, we wanted to bring in some more experience, because what's wrong with more experience? And we hope that this person will do as advertised, and it's going to be, "Can you take me higher?" User Rabid Sponge. Obviously, we all know Rabid brings a lot of experience, not only building great players and also having great renders, but also his GM knowledge as well, which we hope to, sharpen our knives a little bit. Me and Daedalus are the newer kids on the block, so you need some experience, some mentorship. So, I mean, at this point it was hard to say no. Just like with number 1, it was hard to say no with that. So, Rabid, welcome to Seattle. Can't wait to get you in the locker room as well. Congrats, my friend. I'll see you here in a few.
Absolutely. You mentioned that GM experience, not only from Toronto in recent memory, but also from Vancouver way back in the day. And Rabid's been around all the way since season 1, way back then when the PBE was founded. Now I don't even know what number player this is for them. At least they're 4th or 5th, right?
If only I could just get in one more Creed reference. I tried really hard just to get 2 in. Couldn't figure out a few more.
I wouldn't be able to give you one, so it's more than I would have been able to do. So congratulations, Rabbit, for being selected at number 4 to the Sea Serpents. So that now brings us to number 5 overall. Vancouver possesses that number 5 overall selection. And with that number 5 pick, the Vandals will trade it. It's going to Cancun in exchange for a whopping $9 million total in caps spread across 3 seasons. $2 million in season 51 and $3.5 in the next 2 seasons. So the Vandals will be receiving quite a bit of cap to help them out with their budget in the upcoming seasons, while Cancun will get number 5 overall. So Cancun now on the board with their first pick of the Season 51 draft, and they will select John Cowgill, starting pitcher from the Hepcats, user Flying WV. We have a quote from I believe this was Sarah that sent me the quote. I usually write this down, but I missed this one. Sarah said, one of the GMs of the Toros says, quote, Flying WV may be new, but is already proving to be an insane new user in the PBE. During this brief time, Flying has shown a passion for statistical analysis, being a part of the stats team already and constantly posting huge analytical pieces to media. At this point, Flying probably has a better understanding of the draft class than any scout that scouted them in the past few weeks. Regardless, this user has left a fantastic impression on our scouting staff, and we are ecstatic to have been provided this opportunity to trade up and select this future great Toro. So congratulations to John Cowgill, Flying WV, for being selected here at number 5 overall to the Toros. It brings us now to the 6th overall selection. And with this number 6 overall selection, the Buffalo Surge will have their first pick, and they will take Zen Bobrist, second baseman from the Wheelers, user Water. And we have a quote from one of the GMs from Buffalo, AW, who says, "What goes great with a bunch of great young players? Another great young player. We are very excited to add Water here for some real hydroelectric power. The mindset to win and do big things are a great match, and the Buffalo Surge just got better. Can't wait to see Bobrist on the field. Surge on." So I like the hydroelectric combination there between the user Water and the electricity of the Buffalo Surge. Water, previously known as Elwood Hayes with their last player, now on their second player here in Season 51, heading to the Buffalo Surge upon call-up. Congratulations, Water, Zen Bobrist, for being selected at number 5. So now that brings us to number 6. At number 7, excuse me. We have the Lunar Base Space Rangers, the team that my player is on, with their first pick of the draft here at number 7 overall. And with this pick, the Space Rangers will trade it to the Detroit Demons. Demons getting this pick in exchange. The Space Rangers will drop down 8 positions in this draft and pick up a Season 52 Detroit first rounder. So 8 picks being jumped by the Demons. It cost them a Season 52 first rounder. So let's see who they picked here at number 7. The Demons will select Alpha Nerd, first baseman for the Lemurs, user All-Star 2809. Is All-Star a current HO member or former HO? Current, right?
I believe still current.
I thought so, yeah. So All-Star, congratulations on being selected here. We do have a quote from Taco Shop, one of the GMs. Yeah, they are still current HO, okay. We do have a quote from Taco Shop, one of the Detroit Demons GMs, who says, quote, "I had a great conversation with All-Star and was surprised to see him keep falling. Our biggest future need was a big-time hitting first baseman, and we were glad to grab another HO member in the process. Welcome to Detroit, All-Star." Well, asked and answered there, I guess, as Taco mentioning their HO tenure in the quote itself. Previously known as OOTP Wizard and Matthew Edwards with their previous players, All-Star now heading to Detroit with their new player, Alpha Nerd. So congratulations for being selected to the Demons at pick number 7 overall. That brings us now to number 8 overall. Number 8, the Sloths are on the clock here with their first pick for the Season 51 Majors draft. They will select Leonidas Longpipe, Big Blue XO2 from the Kingpins relief pitcher. And we have a quote from Juosu, one of the GMs of San Antonio, who says, "Big Blue is a big name in the PBE and already had 2 incredible players in the past, one of which was a longtime Sloth. We loved having him with the team in the past and are very excited to bring him back onto the team. He went a little IA towards the end of his last player due to IRL commitments, but his effort and earning are undeniable. He is always easy to work with and a great member of the locker room. Seeing him on the draft list, I immediately knew he'd be one of our main targets, and we are happy that it worked out and we were able to snag him up. So congratulations to Big Blue XO2, Leonidas Longpipe, for being selected to the Sloths, heading back there with their new player. So that brings us now to number 9 overall. The Death Valley Scorpions are on the clock here with their first pick of the 51 draft, and with it, the Scorpions are going to trade it. It's another trade. That one's going to head to the Nashville Stars. And the Stars, in exchange, will send $7.75 million in cap over 2 seasons back to the Death Valley Scorpions. So now it's the Nashville Stars on the clock with their first pick of the Majors 51 draft. And with it, at number 9 overall, the Stars select Mac John, starting pitcher from the Bears, user VTHokey22. Brand new user to the PBE, just joining in September. And we have a quote from one of the GMs, Zach, who was actually going to be on the call today, but unfortunately is not feeling well. Best wishes to you, Zach. Hope you are getting lots of rest, getting better soon. But Zach says, quote, I had a really great conversation with Mac John. They have a great attitude about the league and what they want out of their experience. And I really felt that they fit the mold that we have in Nashville for what we look for in users. I'm very excited to welcome them to the team and locker room. So congratulations to Mac John being selected to the Nashville Stars here at pick number 9 overall. Yeah, a lot of new users going in the first round so far. We've had looks like 3 of the first 9 have been new users. So it's good.
That looks correct. Yep.
Yeah. So good to see some of those new users going this high. It means you're making a good impression on those scouts. So good job, guys. That brings us now to number 10 overall. Cancun has their next pick, and at number 10 overall, the Toros are going to select Pedro Martini, starting pitcher from the Flamingos, user Mr. Audit. We have a quote from Sarah that says, with this pick, we have always set our eyes on potentially underrated users and have stumbled upon a hardcore OOTP player in Mr. Audit. He is very knowledgeable and could provide the team in the future a lot of value. And given his personal circumstances, we feel it's a very worthwhile pick for us. We have had plenty of great interactions and were given a resounding endorsement by the Miners GM, who happens to be on our team as well. As a tax professional myself, we could aspire to start our own full-service accounting firm in the PBE now. However, I have yet to ask if he is a government auditor. I really hope he isn't. They constantly breathe down my neck. So, a possible accounting firm being birthed in the Cancun Toros locker room now with a couple of auditors there. So, congratulations to Pedro Martini, Mr. Audit, for being selected to the Cancun Toros here at pick number 10 overall. Now that brings us to number 11. The New York Voyagers are up with their first pick of the Season 51 draft. And with this pick, the New York Voyagers will select no one. They trade it. Psyched you out, didn't I? That is going to head to the Boise Raptors alongside Katsuki Bakugo and Indianapolis's third-round pick from Season 52. In exchange, the Voyagers will receive number 18 overall, Cali Cove, and $2 million in cap between Season 52 and Season 53. $2 million each of those seasons. So, just as a reminder to anyone, if you miss a trade, or I go past a trade too quickly, all these trades will be posted to the forums in the coming days. So keep an eye out for those. So now the Boise Raptors are on the clock with their first pick of the Season 51 draft, and the Raptors will select Ryan Dinger, first baseman for the Flamingos, user Baby Goat 224 TPE, previously known as Blake Decker. Now with the new player Ryan Dinger, first baseman, Baby Goat is going to be headed to the Boise Raptors, who are very excited to bring in Baby Goat Ryan Dinger to the Raptors pen. Not bullpen, just the Raptors pen, like a dinosaur pen. So congratulations to Ryan Dinger for being selected here at pick number 11 to the Boise Raptors, already a member of the Updater team. I think maybe they're, yeah, I think so. Baby Goat, you're in chat. Are you still on the Updater team? I see that the tag was on your profile, and I wasn't sure if that was left over from your previous player or not. But congratulations, Baby Goat, heading to the Boise Raptors, being selected here at pick number 11. That brings us now to number 12 overall. Oh, backup Updater. Okay. Thank you. That brings us now to number 12, the Indianapolis Apex. With their first pick of the Season 51 draft, they are going to select Brian Payne from the Dillos, catcher user Scurvy. And we have a quote from Fetty, who says, "Scurvy was a great conversation, and we have high hopes for him as a player and person. He seems like he would fit the locker room culture and is willing to be positionally flexible, making him an extremely valuable asset to us. Doug and Doomsday had high praise for him as a fellow VHL and PBE member. As fellow VHL and PBE members, and I tend to listen to recommendations from people I very much respect. Welcome to the Apex, Scurvy." So congratulations, Brian Payne, for being selected to the Indianapolis Apex World Series champions. Back-to-back World Series champions. Now that brings us to number 13 overall, the Providence Crabs, with their first selection. And at number 13, the Crabs will take Cassius Considerations, center fielder for the Wheelers, user The Lamb Sauce. We have a quote from Dustillation, one of the GMs, who says, quote, "This season we were heavily targeting bats, and I believe we have a top batter here at the end of the first round. CC is a team player through and through, and I believe will be a perfect fit for the team, which has most of our players putting the team... I believe will be a perfect fit for the team, which has most of our players put the team first. CC will be the utility guy. We need to step in and play anywhere on the field." I think I read that wrong, but congratulations to Cassius Considerations, the Lamb Sauce, for being selected here at pick number 13 to the Providence Crabs. That brings us now to the Aviators with their first pick of the Season 51 draft. And at number 14 overall, the Aviators will take Maximilian Porter, starting pitcher from the Brew City Bears, user MaxLP80. And we have a quote from Benny, one of the GMs of OBX, who says, quote, "Since there were no former Surge players available at this pick to make AW cry, we decided to go with a new player in Max. Max comes over from the OOTP community, and we really liked our scouting conversation with him. If he buys into the Aviators and the PBE, we view Max as one of the best prospects in the league. Welcome to OBX." So Maximilian Porter heading to Outer Banks at pick number 14. They will be an Aviator upon the call up. That brings us now to the Lunar Base Space Rangers at number 15. They traded their pick earlier on at number 7. And now at number 15 overall, the Space Rangers will trade that as well. And in exchange, they are receiving Buffalo's second-round pick in Season 52 and Nashville's third-round pick in Season 53, both from the Nashville Stars. Which means the Space Rangers have officially traded out of the first round twice now. Well, traded down and then traded out. So that brings us to the Stars now at number 15 overall, with their second pick of the first round. Having picked Mac John earlier at 9. Now at number 15, they select Waxilium Summers, catcher, Lunar Rip Cole from the Florida Flamingos. And we have a quote from Zach, who says, "We knew coming into the offseason we needed to address our catcher position. Lunar was someone I had a great talk with and seemed like a great fit for our locker room. We see them as our catcher of the future." So big congratulations to Waxilium Summers for being selected here at pick number 15 to the Nashville Stars. All right, Nasbase, it's been a while since you announced a pick. You ready to head back in with your next one here? The third first rounder of the sixth of the I don't know where I was going with that. The third first rounder at 16.
We had a lot of picks.
Yeah.
Well,
So much so.
there was we're looking at the board and we're looking at the future and we're like, do we want to do the pick? Do we not want to do the pick? And well, oh wait, guess what? Somebody wants the pick, not us, so we traded it. Traded it to Toronto along with one of our three second round picks in this draft, and we got some future cap to kind of help us out and shore up our core for the future.
Very nice, very nice. So now it's Toronto instead at number 16 overall. And the Pathfinders, with the final pick to close out the first round, are going to select Robin Quincy, right fielder from the Hepcats. User Robin Q, brand new user to the PBE, joining in September. Toronto Pathfinders are very excited to welcome Robin Quincy to the Pathfinders and hope they are a big part of the franchise from here on out. So big congratulations to Robin Quincy for being selected at pick number 16 by the Toronto Pathfinders with their first players. So there's your first round. Grab a screenshot if you want it. Remember that the draft will be posted to the forums in the coming days. So if you missed out on tonight's stream, well, you won't be hearing me say this, but it will be on the forums. So that will bring us now to our second round, and we actually have a few forfeit picks due to cap penalty here, as early as pick number 20 being forfeit by the Nashville Stars. So that brings us now to number 17 overall, being the Seattle Sea Serpents. Now, Nasbase, you said that you guys had three second round picks here. One's already been traded. What did you do with the second one?
This feels like deja vu, because
we
had somebody who wanted our pick too, so we're like, sure, go ahead and have it. Nashville. We sent them 17 overall. We also sent them next season's Boise second, and we'll be taking their first round pick in season 53.
All right, so that'll bring us to Nashville then at pick number 17 overall. And the Stars will select Bubba Blaze, relief pitcher from the Lemurs, user Al Gringo. We have a quote from Zach who says, "The legend Al Gringo recreated after a little bit of convincing, and we were able to land him and bring one of my favorite people back to Nashville. Excited to have Al back on the team." So congratulations to Bubba Blaze, Al Gringo, for being selected here at pick number 17, going back to the Nashville Stars with their new create. So congratulations on being picked here at 17, and the Stars are very happy to have you back. That brings us now to number 18 overall, and the New York Voyagers are back on the clock after trading down, I should say, to this pick with their first rounder. So now the New York Voyagers at number 18 are going to select Summer Dog, shortstop for the Kingpins, user Sorry. And we have a quote from Enoch who says, "I have always had a respect for Sorry for their work as a GM in the past. It was an honor to be in the same division as him. I am more honored to have him on the team and not facing our team. I had the privilege of drafting Sorry back in the season 22 for the Hepcats, and while his stay was very short, we had a lot of success that season, and I hope we can have a lot of success after." So big congratulations to Sorry for being selected here to the New York Voyagers at pick number 18. So now number 19 overall, the Detroit Demons are next up on the clock. And with the number 19 overall selection, the Demons will take Himiko Toga, catcher from the Swifties, user Wildfire Micro. And we have a quote from Taco Shop, one of the GMs from Detroit, who says, "I have talked to Wildfire Micro on all of his creates, and I'm glad we finally had a chance to make him a demon. With Zoot starting regression this season and Toga being a catcher, it seemed like the perfect time to grab a great user that can fill in. Welcome to Detroit, Wildfire." So congratulations, Wildfire Micro, for being selected to the Detroit Demons here at pick number 19. And now brings us to number 20, which was forfeit by the Nashville Stars due to cap penalty. So now that brings us now to number 21 overall, being held by the Vancouver Vandals. The Vandals traded their pick earlier on in the first round, and with this number 21 overall, the Vandals will trade this one as well. It's going to go to the Nashville Stars, who continue to amass picks here. And they are sending a Boise second rounder for season 52 over to the Vancouver Vandals in exchange. So the Stars at number 21 overall will select Akio de los Santos, user by the same name, relief pitcher for the Kingpins. And we have a quote from Zach who says, another user I had a great conversation with. This user wants to be a shutdown part of a bullpen, which is something else we have been looking to fill, as you can tell by a few of our picks in this draft. Teams always need bullpen arms, and we think this user can help us pretty early on. So congratulations to Akio de los Santos for being selected here at pick number 21 to the Nashville Stars. Number 22, the Buffalo Surge are next up on the board. And I will say that this pick was traded. I'll give you one guess who acquired it before we move on to the next slide. If you are thinking of the Nashville Stars, you would be correct, as the Nashville Stars grabbing another pick here, receiving 22 overall, as alongside Robert Smith and the season 52 Buffalo second rounder. In exchange, Buffalo will receive Adam Hangman, heading over to the Surge, as the Nashville Stars have their third pick in the second round here. And I believe this was their third pick that they traded for in the second round as well, if I'm not mistaken. Did they trade for all three of these? Yeah, they did. So Nashville really liking this group of prospects, and at number 22 overall, they will select another one with Remy LeBeau, user a lost old man, relief pitcher for the Anchorage Wheelers. Quote from Zach, who said, I had a great talk with this user, yet another bullpen arm for us. Looking to play soonish and would be a great addition to the bullpen with the other arms that we have drafted this year and last year to solidify this bullpen for years to come. So Nashville really focusing on that bullpen of theirs with more pitching added quite a bit here, especially in the second round of the season 51 draft. So congratulations to Remy LeBeau for being selected to the Nashville Stars at number 22 overall. Now it's Lunar Base again. First time I said that Lunar Base was up, they traded their pick. The second time I said that Lunar Base was up, they traded their pick. Now the third time that they are up, they are actually going to draft someone. At number 23 overall, the Lunar Base Space Rangers will select Stickman Dylan, center fielder from the Dillos, 171 TPE. We are very excited to be bringing Dylan in to the Lunar Base Space Rangers. We actually do have a quote from Dirk, who messaged me while the stream was going, who just said, top 5 draft picks of all time, Dylan, 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 and Dylan, with a space between the Y and the L. So congratulations, Dylan, as one of the top 5 draft picks of all time, or all of the top 5 draft picks of all time, according to Dirk. Welcome to Lunar Base. We're very excited to have you here.
By the way, real quick.
Yeah.
I spy an Anik. I see an Anik sighting.
They like to hide those in there, yeah. The Anik 2 as well, the rocket heading to the moon. So well, I kind of just spoiled it by mistake.
We saw nothing.
24, the Sloths are going to select Cliff Plant. It's only a leak if it happens before the stream, right? Cliff Plant being selected to the San Antonio Sloths here at pick number 24. Left fielder for the Bruce City Bears, user Southie. And we have a quote from one of the Sloths GMs. It's Jiggy, who says, we feel extremely fortunate we were able to select Southie here. It's not every draft that you're able to nab someone who is among the top 10 earners in their class with the 24th overall selection. Corner outfield has been a position of need for us, and Cliff Plant has tremendous upside. We can't wait to welcome Southie to the Sloths locker room. So congratulations to Cliff Plant for being selected to the Sloths here at pick number 24. Or being Death, I did actually notice the Aniks in the... I wasn't sure if it was him or not, though, so I didn't make any...
I missed it, because I was looking at my Discord chat.
Going back.
Yeah, go back. I want to see.
There
we go. Oh! Yeah, see, I was looking away. That's why I missed it.
So we have a couple
And yeah, the Enoch hat. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even. I saw the hat and I didn't recognize it. It's a Psyduck hat. Okay. I didn't recognize that as well. I realized that the hat was on there. I wasn't seeing the Psyduck until it was pointed out. So, all right, well done with the graphics as always, draft graphics team. All right, that brings us now to number 25 overall. The Providence Crabs are next up, and with their next pick, they will select Richard Dick, starting pitcher from the Wheelers, user DapBoy69. This is a recreate, if I'm not mistaken. DapBoy, I believe, was a GM with the Dillas, so it's kind of a little bit surprising that they...
Wheelers. He was GM of the Wheelers.
The Wheelers, okay.
Over to Providence.
Gotcha. Okay, wait, is this a GM pick?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't know that DapBoy was... Okay, GM pick for Providence. That would explain why they fell this far. I was like, why did they fall this far? I was looking at... Okay, previously with their last player, Rake Slammer, so I feel a little more comfortable saying that we don't actually have a quote for this player because it's a GM pick, and they just, I guess, just didn't want to bash on their GM or bash on themselves if they're DapBoy. So, GM pick for Providence, DapBoy69 heading to the Providence Crabs, to the surprise of very little people, so very few people. That brings us now to number 26 overall. The Cancun Toros are next up. And with the number 26 overall pick, they are going to trade it. They are going to drop down 2 spots. In addition, in exchange, they will pick up another pick as well at 32 overall. And the Toronto Pathfinders hopping up those 2 spots to select at number 26. And they will take Harold Smith, starting pitcher from the Dillos. User Galade081. Brand new brand new user to the PBE, joining in September. The Toronto Pathfinders are very excited to welcome Harold Smith to the team and are hoping that they will be a long-term mainstay in the rotation for years to come. So big congratulations to Galade081, Harold Smith, for being selected to the Toronto Pathfinders at number 26 overall. Now, number 27 overall, we have the Sea Serpents. Nasbase, did you trade this one too?
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't. we couldn't because we had to go draft some scrub who's probably better off, as my good friend Rob says, passing gas, or, it's football season. Maybe you should go be a quarterback. We should be 72nd overall, but at 27 overall, we draft pass. And no, we're not passing. And plot twist, pass will not be... It says starting pitcher on your screen there, but pass has decided to pass on pitching and has decided to go pick up a bat.
So, okay.
The ultimate plot twist. But yeah, so welcome, pass. We should have passed on you earlier. I digress.
And now that the Seattle Sea Serpents have passed at 27, they have no more picks for the rest of the draft. They are out of the draft. They've dropped out. That's the joke that has been multiple seasons in the making now.
And it's the end of it too, because he's not going to be any other draft. So we squeeze him dry.
Yeah, so if any other teams have a pass next to them in the later rounds, those are illegal picks, and they should be fined by HO accordingly, because this player has already been taken, obviously. So that brings us now to number 28 overall, the Cancun Toros. At number 28, they will select Victor Cortez, center fielder for the Kingpins. User who's on first, one of the GMs of the Toros. And we have a quote from the other GM of the Toros, from Sarah, who says, quote, "Wow, a worthless pick this time again from the Cancun Toros. What in absolute hell has Who's on First, also known as Twitchy, ever done for the Cancun Toros other than winning multiple championships, building a dynasty, fostering a strong culture, and turning the team's fortunes around? I couldn't imagine anything, yet we constantly keep selecting him. It's almost comical how much we want us to fail. I expect that when I inevitably leave the league, Twitchy will make sure that our pitchers will have max holding runners, 80 stamina, and low velo. I hope that this player will forever keep batting in the most worthless position in the lineup, batting third for the rest of his career. So congratulations.
I spotted that one.
What's up?
I spotted that one. Sorry to me.
What do you mean?
Off.
No. What do you mean by you spotted that?
Background.
Oh, yeah. Another unique reference in there. Love to see it. Congratulations to Victor Cortez for drafting yourself here at pick number 28 to the Toros. For anyone new to the league, I just want to clarify that these last a few of these last picks, 25, 27, and 28, GMs have to pick themselves in the second round with their earliest second round pick. So if you're hearing people bash on certain picks, generally it's a GM just making a joke at their own expense or at their co-GM's expense. So please don't think that we're actually bashing any just random new users. We would never do that. So 29 through 31, all forfeit due to cap penalty by the Crabs, Aviators, and Rougarou respectively. And so now that brings us to number 32 overall, the Cancun Toros with their next pick. I'll go ahead and spoil the next slide. It's a trade. Chad, I'll give you one guess as to who acquired this pick. That's right, it's the Nashville Stars again. They continue to amass second-round picks with now 1, 2, 3, 4 second-rounders traded for in this round. I don't know if that's a record of how many picks you trade for in a specific round of a set draft.
So, I didn't want to spoil it when I was at 17, because I was going to say it because we were the first of the whole bunch, but Nashville just wanted all the second-round picks for. I'm as stumped as you are, AJ. I don't know why, but I would be curious to know if that is a record.
I would be very curious to know. Yeah, I someone who is very who's a historian of the PBE should definitely look into that, and I think it will probably be me winding up doing that. At number 32 overall, the Stars, with their fourth pick traded for in this round, they will select Dexter Jackson, left fielder from the Flamingos, user Killaskrilla. We have a quote from Zach who says, Killaskrilla is one of the OG Nashville Stars. We wanted to bring him back to Nashville and thought he would be a perfect fit and also fills a need. We were in need of hitters, so this helps us build up our lineup of the future. So congratulations to Dexter Jackson, Killaskrilla, for being selected here to the Nashville Stars at pick number 32 overall. And there is your second round in its entirety. That brings us now to the third round of the Season 51 Majors Draft. And quite a bit more picks forfeit due to either punishment or cap penalties. But not this first one at number 33. Nasbase, you want to lead us on into your next pick?
So before I get to 33, I'll just point out 44. We got punished because we had to draft me. That was our punishment. I'm just kidding, of course. But
I was like trying to figure out the maths of that.
Fun fact. I actually found out about that penalty the very first day I was GM. Welcome to being a GM. By the way, I have to let you know you're getting penalized.
That's a great welcome into the job.
This is a great first day. But contrary to popular belief, we did not pass.
Shocker.
Although we wish we did. But at least on 27 we wish we did. But on 33, we're getting to the part of the draft where we're like, yeah, you start to take some chances on people. You hope that they stick around and contribute to the team and the league as a whole and have a good time. But at 33, we selected Bryce Wheeler, starting pitcher, user Copenhagen. But welcome to Seattle, and can't wait to welcome you on in.
So congratulations, Bryce Wheeler, for being drafted here at pick number 33. That will bring us now to the Vandals at pick number 34. They traded away their first couple of picks in the first and second round, and at number 34 overall, the Vandals will pass. They can't.
It actually says pass on the thing.
They can't draft this guy. HO, you need to punish the Vandals. Like, I know we've made this a joke, but they just drafted a player that's already been drafted.
So, fun fact. I was actually really curious about this. I was gonna wait till it actually shows up. So on our sheet, it doesn't say pass.
Oh.
It got changed to skip.
Okay.
So I was curious to see if it would actually say skip on the actual slide since they changed that.
Was that to distinguish between the actual act of passing and your player? Okay. Oh man, I swear when I mentioned earlier about punishing teams that try to draft pass, I swear that I did not remember that the Vandals were the first ones to pass. So it's all come full circle with the punished Vandals. Okay, that'll bring us now to number 35 overall. The Detroit Demons up next with their next pick. They are going to select Walter Walterson, center fielder from the Dillos, user Double Dub. I'm kind of surprised by this, honestly. Nasbase, maybe you can shed a little bit more light on this, but
so Dub has some in real life commitments, so
okay.
He is doing a minor league only player for Walter.
Gotcha. All right, that makes a little bit more sense then. Because when I was looking through the draft, previewing it to like lay out my little outline here, this was quite a bit of a surprise for me to see Double Dub this low on the draft. But yeah, that makes a bit more sense that if they are only doing a minor league player. So, but in case you change your mind, Double Dub, the Demons are excited to bring you in if you're interested in the call up. Walter Walterson potentially heading to the Demons. That brings us to number 36 overall. The Boise Raptors now are going to also attempt to draft a player that has already been drafted. They're going to try and draft pass, but since they can't draft pass, they're just skipped and they just pass their pick, and so they're done for the rest of the draft. I like this headcanon that like the teams are trying to draft pass, but failing to do so, and it just negates the rest of their picks.
I mean, we can introduce NPCs to the major leagues. We can just have everybody can just have a pass all to themselves. Do what you wish.
We did try that with spring trade for a while with pitcher bots. I don't know what happened to that eventually, but anyway, that brings us down to number 37 overall. The Buffalo Surge will actually make a selection here. They are going to take Sandman Summers, relief pitcher for the Firehawks, user Civi. Civi joined back in September. Hasn't posted in a little bit, but they are still recently somewhat active as of October 20th. So Civi, if you're watching, would love to have you very active in the league, and the Buffalo Surge especially would love to have you have you earning and updating and improving your player. And they, as the Surge, looking to potentially pick up a relief pitcher to add to their bullpen here at pick number 37. So congratulations to Sandman Summers being selected to the Surge here with this pick. All right, next up at 39, skipping 38 due to a punishment penalty. At number 39, the Lunar Base Space Rangers. I'm so excited. We've only had one Space Ranger pick so far. After they traded their first two, I'm very excited for the Space Rangers to make another pick here. They passed. So that brings us to number 41 overall, the Death Valley Scorpions. With their next pick, they will not pass. They will select Whirlwind von Helwick, relief pitcher for the Brew City Bears, user the Elastic Bandit, 148 TPE. The Elastic Bandit, very recently active, actually. Last seen just a couple days ago. Last post, though, was an activity check in mid-October. So the Elastic Bandit, if you're listening and want to come on back to the league and keep earning, keep improving your player, Scorpions are very excited to be drafting you here at pick number 41, and hope that you can be a big part of their future build. So that brings us now to number 43 overall. The New York Voyagers are up next. And the Voyagers will select Snore Summers, relief pitcher for the Lemurs, user Mr. Crumbs. And we have a quote from Enoch who says, "We are hoping to get an arm here, and we hope to bring Summers back from inactivity and maybe provide them with a solid career." So congratulations to Snore Summers for being selected here to the Voyagers. And as we enter into the fourth round here, we're starting to see most of the active players have gone by this point. There's only a few like inactive or semi-inactive players remaining. So a lot of these picks will not have quotes. Unless Nasbase, you want to read say something about your next pick here at number 49.
Yeah, so
Put you on the spot here.
we needed pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned, we're kind of getting to that part of the draft where we have a lot of inactives, maybe people need to take a break, what have you. And we got jealous that our friends in New York drafted as Summers, so we figured, well, we'll go get one too at 49, and that would be Wayne Finch Summers, starting pitcher, user TK Norland. Hope to welcome them back into the league. We have a nice, good home waiting for them whenever they're ready to come on back.
All right. Well, congratulations to Wayne Finch Summers for being selected to the Sea Serpents here. We're going to go a little bit quicker through these since, as mentioned, most of these players remaining are either semi-inactive or fully inactive. But if you're still in chat looking for your player, let us know who it is so we can stop a little bit longer in your player and say some nice things about you. But we're going to keep on trucking through the fourth round then. At number 50 overall, the Toronto Pathfinders are going to try and draft Nasbase's player and are going to not succeed. So they are out for the rest of the draft. At number 51, the Demons are going to do the same. So that brings us now to number 54, Buffalo. The Surge will select Stuart Hooker, starting pitcher for the Hepcats, user Turts. So congratulations to Stuart Hooker, Turts, for being selected here to the Surge at pick number 54. Number 56, the San Antonio Sloths will pass, as will the Death Valley Scorpions at 57 and the Cancun Toros at 58. Bringing us to number 59. Nasbase, you want to say anything? Or
I mean, I'm a pretty popular guy in this fourth round, and you would think that we would pass, but joke's on you, we didn't pass. We took Benny Rocker, user Ben Shad K, starting pitcher. As I mentioned, can never have enough pitching, so hopefully they'll come on back and maybe throw some pitches for us.
Well, congratulations to Benny Rocker for being selected to the Sea Serpents here. Now at number 60, the Apex will select BB Summers, first baseman from the Firehawks, user Brad Kipp. Congratulations, Brad Kipp, for being selected to the back-to-back World Series champion Apex here at pick number 60. At 61, the Providence Crabs will pass and drop out of the season 51 draft. So at 62, the Aviators, who never pass, will select Jeff Bass, shortstop for the Brew City Bears, user Thrashwave. I actually know this user in real life. Hopefully, I might try and get them back to activity since it seems like they've gone a little bit inactive. Maybe try and get them back to the PB, get them updating again. I'll have to reach out to them. At number 63, the New Orleans Rougarou will pass, and so that brings us to number 64. Now, the Aviators will select Carter St. Pierre, first baseman from the Flamingos, user Nukavol. So congratulations, Carter St. Pierre, for being selected at pick number 64 to the Aviators. There is your fourth round, and that brings us into our fifth round. At number 65, we have Seattle once again. Nasbase, you want to announce this one too, or?
Yeah, we also did not pass, and it's kind of funny. This was one of a few players in the draft that I recruited from Marbles. So I was like, yeah, why not? So at 65, we took Kyle Johnson, user Blakey Doge, starting pitcher. Hopefully he'll stop by a Marble stream and be like, hey, I drafted you. You want to hang out in our locker room? Maybe update a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
All right, so Kyle Johnson is selected to the Sea Serpents at 65. And that brings us now to number 70 for the Buffalo Surge. The Surge will select Mason Jack, user Sutta, second baseman from the Firehawks. So congratulations to Mason Jack for being selected to the Surge here at pick number 70. Next up at 75, the New York Voyagers will select Ryan Alvarez, starting pitcher from the Brew City Bears. We do have a quote actually from Enoch who just says, same as Snore Summers, they have been active on the forum, and maybe we can help them get updating and have a good career with the New York Voyagers, hoping to bring them in to the pitching of New York. So congratulations to Ryan Alvarez for being selected to the Voyagers here at pick number 75. At 76, the Apex will pass. So they are out of the Season 51 Majors draft. And at 78, the Aviators will select Ricardo Lomero II, shortstop from the Wheelers, user Kilowatt. 117 TPE, hoping the Aviators hoping to bring them back to activity as well. And that brings us now to number 80. The Nashville Stars will also pass. And so that brings us to the 6th round now. And spoiler alert, this will be the last of the rounds. Nasbase, you want to say anything about number 81 or just the kind of standard?
Yeah. We didn't pass, and it was coincidentally another person that we introduced to PB via Marbles, and that would be David Levensky, third baseman, user Gate Crash Gaming. Another instance where, maybe they'll stop by one of our Marble streams and just let them know, like, hey, I'm a GM now. You want to come hang out? Play some baseball. But welcome to Seattle Gate. Hope we'll see you soon.
All right, congratulations to David Levensky, and that brings us to number 86 overall. Buffalo Surge will select Blonde345, starting pitcher from the Swift Steeds, user Christina Probst 12. So congratulations to Blonde345 for being selected to the Surge here at pick number 86. And with the last pick of the draft at pick number 91, New York Voyagers will select the final draftee, Dragon Werewolf 1138, first baseman from the Dillos, user Dark Light Smooth Wolf. Congratulations for being selected to the New York Voyagers here at pick number 91. And that is going to end our Season 51 Majors draft. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for more draft presentations. It's going to be the Minor League Draft being brought to you by Moosey tomorrow, Saturday, November 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then this Sunday, we have the awards stream presented by Don Marcus, also at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So even more PBE presentations in the afternoons of this weekend as we start off the Season 51 on a high note with 3 presentations of the 2 drafts and the awards stream. Congrats, as Southworth mentioned, congrats to all the draftees. Big thank you once again to the Draft Graphics team for making the presentation, to all the GMs that sent me quotes, and especially to you, Nasbase, for actually hopping on the call and joining me here.
Yeah, and just to point out 2 things real quick.
Sure.
I think it's funny that the one team who actually drafted pass was one of the few teams that didn't pass in reality. And also, as a little plug, right after the awards stream is our weekly Marbles community event. So directly after the stream on Sunday.
All right, so plenty of fun stuff to be doing this weekend with members of the PBE. Minors Draft on Saturday at 1 p.m., awards stream on Sunday at 1 p.m., and immediately after that. Is it immediately after that or just like a little bit after that?
Whenever they're done, we're going to get started.
Okay, so immediately following the awards stream, Marbles on Sunday, November 3rd, and then next week, before you know it, it's going to be time for spring training already. And I will see you back here for opening day on Tuesday, November 12th. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we will see you later.